And then if you went to an F chord, for example, you have to know the notes in your F scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the notes in the F scale. And you have one flat in an F scale. The B is going to be flat this time. Flat means you're going to take the regular natural B and lower it by a half step. And that is called B flat. We can also call it A sharp. That's one of the notes that have two names, okay? But when you go from the high and then you lower it down, because a flat definition is we're going to lower a note by a half step. A sharp is the opposite. Say, for example, we start on C natural, okay? If we go up a half step to the next fret, that would become a C sharp, because a sharp raises a note by a half step. However, that note could be D flat. Let me explain that for a minute, because that sharp flat thing gets a lot of people. Let's say we start on C natural, all right? And I go up, somebody tells me, okay, take C natural, go up a half step. All right, there's your sharp, C sharp. By definition, we're going up a half step. But what if we started on D, which is here, and I said, hey, take D down a half step? What are we going to call that? Well, before it was C sharp. Now we're calling it D flat? Yes. So it can be C sharp. If you're coming from here, it's C sharp. If you're coming from here, it's D flat. Some pieces of music have sharps in the key signature. Other pieces of music have flats in the key signature. That's why you really need to learn all your notes right off the bat, where the two different note names and all of that right away. It's really important. And again, it will save you a lot of time down the road. For minors, the third note of the scale is a half step lower than what you did in the major, but the fifth note is still the same. So the first and fifth note are the same in either a major scale or a minor scale. What makes the difference is the third note in the scale. So C, E natural, G, that would be, if you're doing that walking bass line, that would be a C major chord. If you play the lowered third, what they call the lowered third, I'm just flatting it, all right? And you can hear it's got kind of a sadder, more serious sound to it, okay? That would be a C minor, and usually C minor is written C and then a lowercase m next to it. C major, they just put a C or an A or whatever, and there's no like major usually or anything like that in the simpler forms of the chords. So that's your major and minor chords to start with. Now, there's all kinds of other chords out there, but let's not go there today. Again, that's lesson for another day. I probably confused you enough already with just what I was talking about. And if I were you, when you're learning your notes on your strings, if you're really serious about playing, learn just the first string first. Learn every single note. G, G sharp or A flat, A sharp, B flat, B, C, C sharp, D flat, D, D sharp, E flat, E, F, F sharp, G flat, and G. Bet you thought I couldn't do that. Yeah, I got it. And then come back down. Lots of times you see exercises written in books, by the way, and they'll try to kill you. They'll try to kill you. And here's what they do. They'll write an exercise, and as you're going up through the staff, they write everything in sharps. And then when you come back down, guess what? It's all written in flats. But you're doing exactly the same thing that you did when you came up. Same thing. So again, that's another reason why you want to learn both note names at the same time. Do that with your first string. Get really good with that one. And then after maybe a week or 3 or 4 days, start working on the second string and memorize D, D sharp, E flat, E, and so forth, all the way up to the 12th fret. I wouldn't worry about going above the 12th fret unless it's a rainy day, you got nothing else to do and you want to go. Just have fun with those upper notes, and you don't have to worry about the note names there just yet. Another day, do your third string. Another day, fourth string. And then kind of quiz yourself from time to time. Start on maybe the third string one day and see if you can remember all those note names on the third string. And if you want to, you can just think about the sharps as you go up. And then think about the flats coming back down. However you want to do it, it works fine.